tonight, and a pretty incredible game from him, obviously. I know it doesn't come as a surprise, but was there anything that stood out most to you from him with some of the finishing or some of the passing in this one?
Not really. That was a great game.
What did you kind of like from your team in the third quarter after the run that Minnesota made to?
Well, that was the key to your point. You know, I felt to start the third quarter we weren't ready to play. And, you know, we're up at halftime, playing pretty good basketball, and they go on an 11-3 run to start, and a quick timeout. Then I think from there we closed on a 23-8 run. So just reminding our guys who we are and how we need to play if we're going to try to protect our home court. And our guys did that. I mean, I think in that second quarter we had I think 3 possessions in a row where we took charges. You know, Aaron Gordon took 2. So I thought for the most part, I know the percentages, you know, 48 is not ideal, but 31 from 3 allowed, only 97 points. And we knew we had to do something different with Anthony Edwards. You know, this guy is just a one-man wrecking crew. And I thought KCP, CB, Aaron did a great job, but we trapped him. We double-teamed him, flew around behind it, and that takes a lot of effort, and our guys committed to it. And I think that was a big part of the win tonight. 30 assists is a great number. Obviously 16-4 in transition, a great number. But, you know, we're not satisfied. It's a great win in front of a great crowd, but we got to go up to Minnesota and try to close it out. It's always the toughest game.
After the first 2 games, there was a lot of focus on the Wolves and their bigs and what they were doing against Joker, and even more big picture, you know, the way Tim Conley had built the roster with Joker in mind, but he had just not played like himself. What had you seen in those first 2 games from him, and how relieved are you that he's back to doing what he does?
Yeah, I think it wasn't just Nikola, to be honest, Sam. I thought, you know, it was the entire team. Obviously, they had come in here. Game 1 was close, you know, 3 to go. It's the 3-point game. And obviously, we know what happened in Game 2. But I just didn't think we, collectively, were playing like the reigning champs. We didn't have a swagger. We weren't playing with confidence. We weren't playing with aggression. And to give them credit, they had something to do with that. So, you know, you got to give Minnesota respect when it's due. But I think after that Game 2, sir, that was a great reminder of who we need to get back to being, both offensively and defensively. I told our players today, and I'm always talking defense first, but in our 2 wins, we average 116. In our 2 losses, we're averaging 90. I mean, that can't be the case. Our offense has to help our defense. And I think the last 3 games we're averaging close to around 114 points a game. And 16 in transition is great. And I think another really important stat is the 30 assists, but only 12 turnovers, because they do a great job of turning teams over. But Nikola was named MVP after that Game 2 loss. Is arguably, you know, one of the best players to play this game.
Michael, Nikola didn't score in the first 5 or so minutes of the third, and then he scores 16 of his points in the final 6.5 minutes of the quarter. Do you call more plays for him? Do you nudge him at all to stay aggressive, or is that just him recognizing the moment and understanding what his team needs from him?
Yeah, he doesn't need to be nudged, man. That's Nikola Jokic. He's 1-9, 3-time MVP. I don't have to nudge him. He reads the game, and I trust him 1,000%. I think it's just when he's being guarded one-on-one, go to work, you know, and put the team on your back. And what's really neat is that, you know, just after the game, I was talking with Jamal, and he said to me, man, he goes, Nikola's really good. What an understatement. And he goes, some of the shots, some of the finishes, and what I love about that is, you know, Jamal is really good too. And for them to appreciate one another and to never take each other for granted, I think is special. But yeah, no, Nikola, man, I mean, 15 of 22, made 2 threes, got to the foul line. He did everything for us tonight, and it was fun to watch.
Michael, we talked about the impact of the bench last game. Tonight, Christian, you look at his stat line, but it feels like his impact was even so much bigger than that. Can you talk about his impact on the game tonight?
Yeah, CB has been great. You know, that's 2 games in a row that I've closed with him. I think his defense, his rebounding, you know, 28 minutes, 10 points, 5 boards, a couple of assists, 2 blocks. But then hustle plays, you know what I mean? Just his aggression, his toughness, his physicality. And I love his confidence, man. Like he's stepping in and shooting the shot with confidence. Where I think early in their season, there was a point in time where if he missed a couple, he was somewhat hesitant. But right now, CB's playing at a very high level. And that's a luxury for us. If we have a lead, and I need to get a guy in that can guard at a high level and rebound and make plays, you know, you can get him out there, and hopefully he can continue to play at the level he's played at.
Hey, Coach.